What's up, guys? My name is Elizabeth Edelman, and I'm here to tell you about the invention of sliced bread. So, bread itself has been around for a long time. The Greeks made it, the Romans made it, the Egyptians made it, but sliced bread actually hasn't been around for all that long. So, the first commercially sliced loaves were made and sold in Chillicothe, Missouri in 1928 by Otto Rohwedder. Now, Otto Rohwedder was a man completely set out to destroy the idea of bread in the bread making industry, using what we would use as creative destruction in order to find a better way to slice bread. Um, but it ended up being a lot harder than you would expect. So his first plans were destroyed by a fire. So that obviously was not very fun for him. And it didn't help that his colleagues, the other bakers, were skeptical and they didn't think that sliced bread could be a thing, which is funny now because sliced bread is everywhere. Unfortunately, this led to him not having a good enough zeitgeist to be able to support him and encourage him in new ideas. But it also showed that the other bread makers were trapped in and they paid the price of expertise and the fact that they were just so focused on what bread was now and what bread was then and not what it could be. But Otto did. So after surviving the fire, after not giving up, after putting in every ounce of effort, he was able to make the bread slicer. Now, the bread slicer, it was an automatic electric bread slicer that could slice multiple pieces of bread at once. Now, the bread slicer itself was a product. We have not gotten to sliced bread yet. That is not the finish line for sliced bread. Right now, Otto is selling the bread slicer, and it was sold to a lot of consumers, a lot of families. Housewives loved it especially. They were fascinated by it. Everyone was fascinated by it because the device was a huge hit. And eventually it was sold to some bakers, and people started to use it, and they were thinking, well, why should we sell sliced bread? Why should we sell bread that we have to slice later? By 1930, most of the bread sold and eaten in America was commercial bread anyway. So Wonder Bread came along, and they're like, why don't we just slice our own bread and we just sell it to the consumer already sliced instead of them just having to slice it themselves? And that also became a huge hit. It was amazing how you would think such a tiny invention had impacted so much of the American culture and the American way of life. People were debating by the inch how these bread slices should be distributed, and that's how sliced bread ended up becoming the invention that it is today. Thank you so much. Have a great day.